Hi guys, welcome back to Mama SOJ vlog. How you guys doing? If you are new here, you are welcome, and if you are returning subscriber, God bless you as you always come back to watch my video. My people, wonder shall never end. No be small thing on a different news now they land for our table. On I know say as the news they land for my table, that's why they carry and come here to come share with honor. Alright, my people, for today's video, I go to watch and together with honor. Alright, my people, we could go watch the video to see what really they happen for inside the video, my people.
What's your take on the peace walk?
I think the governor has done the right thing in the right direction as the leader and the chief security officer, the chief peace officer of the state, to unite everyone in the state together for harmony purpose and the developmental aspect of Lagos State. I think what the governor was trying to do is to use that moment to gather all the youth, all the adults, every stakeholders in Lagos State to have a walk in order to ignite peace again in the land. And as he rightly said, the movement is for peace walk. So anyone that is not interested in that peace walk is definitely not interested in the development of Lagos. And as you can see, a lot of youth have come out from every part of Lagos State to solicit their to show their support to the governor of Lagos State that they are going to join him in the peace walk. So far so good. I think the governor made the right direction, make the right decision. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Festus. I would also like to ask you, what's your stand on the invitation for the peace walk?
Thank you very much. The first thing is that I think the governor is ill-advised, is not properly advised. And the simple reason is because the governor wants a peace walk when there is injustice flowing on the land. The governor wants to walk on a land that is flowing with the blood of the innocent. The governor wants to walk on a land that is filled with perpetual injustice. It is impossible for you to have a state, a country that is peaceful in the absence of justice, particularly social justice, for the victims of state-sanctioned and state-sponsored brutality. I think when we look at it critically, you know that the idea itself is self-defeated. Over 80% of those invited by the governor have declined the work for peace. I do not think Lagos need peace work at this time. What the people of Lagos State need is ensuring justice, ensuring real substantive justice for victims of state-sponsored brutality, for victims of extrajudicial killing, for victims of assault, and victims of the whole extortion, bribery, corruption, and particularly issues of injustice that we experience in Lagos. I think that is what we need. So when the governor continues to say, oh, we want to embark on a peace walk, with who? Is he embarking on a peace walk with those that have suffered injustice in this state? Is he embarking on a peace walk with victims or families of the victim of the massacre that happened in Lekki Toll Gate? Who is he embarking the peace walk with? It is so funny that the governor wants to walk on a street filled with the blood of the innocent, and that is the more reason why you see that majority of Lagosians are saying, look, maybe the governor will walk alone, maybe the governor is going to walk alone, but for those that have conscience, for the people of Nigeria, for the people of Lagos State, they understand the very fact that you cannot place the cart before the horse. The peace that the governor is yearning for is the cart. The horse that should be in front is the fundamental issues of social justice. Unless and until we address fundamental issues of social justice in this country, particularly we take measures to address the fatalities, to address the issues of social justice that arose as a result of the massacre and the whole carnage that happened in Lagos State, we are not going to experience peace unless we address issues of social justice.
All right, thank you so much to people just joining us and the people still on this live. This is still the Punch Live debate. In case you have questions for any one of them, please drop it in the comment section below. And I'll still go back to Mr. Alabi, and I'll also ask you regarding what he has just said. He mentioned that there is no peace work without justice. Okay. What do you have to say regarding that?
First of all, I would like to correct a notion which he said that 80% of Lagosians have rejected the peace work by the government. I don't know where he got his statistics from. They are the same people that told us that 73 people died at Lekki Gate, 58 people died at Lekki Gate, 30-something people died at Lekki Gate. They are angry with us because we did not accept different figures. You understand? So the governor only invited, I think, 4 celebrities, and the 4 celebrities did not in any way represent 80% of Lagosians. So it is not correct, first and foremost. And secondly, I made mention of a massacre. I'm happy that you're a lawyer, but I would also love to educate you more. Massacre is the indiscriminate killings of many people. I'm very sure as a lawyer you have seen a lot of history when it comes to massacre, especially in Nigeria. In 1999, when Obasanjo was the executive president of Nigeria, a massacre happened in Odi, Bayelsa State, which claimed the life of 2,500 people. I am telling you now authoritatively that you can still trace the families, everything about the 2,500 people. And my friend here that is a lawyer could not even ascertain any fact and figures that can substantiate the killings which he called massacre. To them, the massacre is fiction, is imagination. To them, it's sensational. To us, we are not saying, okay, now, is there massacre, yes or no? If there is massacre, what are you trying to do? Do you just want us to accept there's a massacre, or do you want justice for the family of the people? Now, if there is a massacre, fine, let us bring everything out. Let us trace the family. Let us fight for the justice. See, you cannot just be shouting justice, we want justice. Are you fighting for justice for yourself? Let me tell you, do you know, I'm very happy as a lawyer, and he knows the fraud that went on in the judiciary panel. The Lagos State Attorney General allocated 200 million naira for that report, which definitely his mentors were the one in charge. You understand? Because his mentors were in charge, and that is why he's coming here to defend them. They wasted 200 million on a report. That same report they wasted 200 million on. Someone came that he died as a witness, and he was compensated, and he's coming here to defend that. Now, if you want justice, I think the Lagos State government has done their best already by setting up an independent panel. And the funniest thing is that I don't know why my brother here is not even talking about the likes of DJ Switch that were in charge of the main so-called story behind the massacre. DJ Switch should be a key witness. In that panel, but where is she? Rinu should be a key witness in that panel, but where is she? I'm very sure that my brother here is not even at the judicial panel too. So now what I'm trying to derive is that if in any way you want us to believe that there's a massacre, which we have given you over here, give us facts and figures. You can't just say justice. How do you want to fight for justice? How do you want the people? How do you want to fight? Do you want to fight for justice for yourself, or do you want to fight for justice for the family? You say that the streets of Lagos, the road of Lagos is full of blood. No. It's not that. How do you want to fight for the justice? And again, how can you substantiate your claim that there was a massacre? We need facts and figures here. We are all educated. You can't just tell us that there's a massacre. If you go to United States of America, the gun violence, you are going to see their pictures. If you go to this current Lekki Ikoyi building that collapsed, we see their pictures. We can trace them. Let us see the pictures of the people. Let us see their names. Let us see their family. Let us fight for justice. I, Alabi Opeyemi Oladimeji, today I'm promising that if we can get the necessary information we need, I'm going to mobilize 1,000 youth to fight for justice. I'm going to mobilize 1,000 youth to compensate the family.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Alabi Opeyemi Oladimeji. Now we'll be going back to Mr. Festus. I would like to ask you, what's your reaction to what he just said? He just said that the NSAS panel was fraudulent and all that. What's your reaction to that?
Well, let me quickly make it abundantly clear that what I said in my reaction was that over 80% of the people that were invited by the governor have declined his invitation for obvious reasons. We know the number of people that were invited by the governor. We know about 4 celebrities that have rejected him. Mr. Dele Farotimi have rejected him. Maje Kodumi have rejected him. Virtually virtually all of them have rejected the invitation for peace work, and that is a symbolism that those he expected to be at the forefront of the struggle have yet again declined the invitation. Now let me make it clear that my brother is saying, look, before you can call it a massacre, it has to be, 100, 200 people. He made mention of that. He was talking about, oh, we want 80 people. Let me make it clear. Human right is sacrosanct. Human right is inviolable. Human life is sacred. The provision of our constitution is clear on the sacred nature of human right and human dignity. My own dictionary define massacre as the indiscriminate killing of many people, indiscriminate slaughter of many people. Now the report of the NSAS panel is that 9 people were slaughtered indiscriminately at the Lekki toll gate. Are we saying 9 human lives are not too many? Are we saying we just want a single human life? Are we saying 5 human lives, innocent lives, are not enough for us to call it a massacre? When we say many, do we expect that the authorities slaughter over 1,000 of our people? 9 human lives, innocent lives, the glory of our country, the future of our country were slaughtered in an unjustifiable manner. Let me make it clear. What happened at the Lekki toll gate is a teller that we are being led by merchants of death. If not, to protest is a fundamental right guaranteed under section 39, 40 and 41 of the Constitution, guaranteed under international instruments. So when citizens are merely on the streets demanding for better life, should the authorities send army soldiers there to slaughter our people? The massacre should not have happened in the first place. If we have a government that is committed to putting an end to police brutality, if we have a government that is committed to ensuring that the human lives of our people are adequately protected. But unfortunately, we are led by people that give no damn about the security and welfare of the people, whereas even the Constitution says that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. If indeed our leadership, if indeed the governor of Lagos State, if indeed the president of this country is committed to putting an end to issues relating to police brutality, why should they send the military operatives there in the first place? The military operatives should not have been there in the first place. Now that they were there, you see people shooting indiscriminately at a time that you can barely see the next person beside you. Are we saying what happened there is not a thing that we should be worried about? Are we saying human lives are not many enough for us to call it a massacre? When dictionary says it is many, then we are saying that even more than one life is many, because the massacre should not have happened in the first place. But we are not talking, at this point, we are not even looking at how we will ensure that those that perpetrated the massacre are brought to book. We are not making any sense out of that. But we are saying no, 9 human life is not a massacre. Who says that? Who will divine many? Who will divine to us many? Those that destroyed our past, those that went on the street and killed our people will not be the same people that will divine to us how we will determine or how we will divine massacre.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Festus Ogun. And for those watching, please make sure you send your questions. We've been receiving some questions and we will acknowledge them and ask them. I still have here Mr. Alabi Okpeyemi Oladimeji and Mr. Festus Ogun. Mr. Festus Ogun is here for the people, and Mr. Alabi Okpeyemi Oladimeji is the pioneer of Defend Lagos. I also like to ask you, officially, what's your take? What's your reaction on the NSAS reports? NSAS panel report.
First and foremost, I appreciate that my friend here is a lawyer. I appreciate, but the disease affecting Africa is also affecting my brother here. We Africa lack reading culture. He said that 9 people, according to the report, that 9 people died at Lekki. I'm very amazed, because out of the 9 people that died, one Nathaniel C0nfe was there. I'm very sure he didn't know, he's not aware about it, because he has not read it. What he read probably was just the headline. Nathaniel C0nfe was part of the 9 people that were claimed that the panel report said were dead, and he just added it. That also show you that he doesn't even have idea of what is inside that panel report. Nathaniel C0nfe was there. There was one Kolade Johnson was also there. that was 9 minus 2. 9 minus 2 is 7, right? So that means that out of that 7, we have a name, Jide. We have another name like Solomon. You understand? How can we substantiate all this? You can't just say 9 people died. Okay, now let us assume 9 people died. My brother, what about Nathaniel Solomon that was inside? Now, Mr. Ebun that even edited it came outside to confirm that it was a typographical error. A typographical error that worth about 200 million naira. And my friend here is coming out telling me that 9 people died. Are you not aware that that Mr. Ebun even came out and said that out of the people that they claim were dead, some were typographical errors? So that has to show you that even the people that prepared it and the people that are defending what they prepared know absolutely nothing. They have no facts and figure to substantiate that people actually died in Lekki. I'm repeating again, let us bring the names out. Let us trace the family. Let us get justice for them. Don't let us just satisfy our own personal ambition on our own interest. See, let me tell you something. Whether they find the people that died at Lekki Toki, that as they claimed or not, the panel have embezzled 200 billion naira already. And they want it to be elongated because it is a very cool business. You understand? So the people that prepared it prepared a fake report. They prepared a report that they cannot even defend. And the people that are defending them also did it. So now, why are we even concentrating on that day? Why are we not concentrating on the government properties that were burned, on the private infrastructure that was burned, on a lot of businesses that were shut down, on a lot of prisons that were open? A lot of things happened after that day because of that fake result. Even DJ Switch, as of today, she's not even where to be found. She's just wandering around because she knows that what she did that day was something a nation that is growing never needed. So to close this, I would like to tell my brother, out of that report, 9 people did not die. There was a typographical error there, which Mr. Ebun confirmed. So I will advise you to go back to your house, read it again, then come back and digest.
All right, talking about the deaths and massacre and the whole thing, I would also like to ask you, the state's white paper said only 1 person died, while the NSAS panel report said 9 persons died. Why do you think there's a divergence? What do you think happened there?
Well, I'm not going to join issues with my very good brother on the other side so that we won't distract ourselves from the issue, because the major reason why the Lagos state government and its agents are doing what they are doing is to distract us from the inviolable facts that we have on ground. I'm not going to join issues with him. But I want to make it clear quickly that as it stands now, during the NSAS panel, the chief pathologists of the Lagos state government testified that we had 99 dead bodies that were dumped in the morgue during the period of the NSAS imbroglio. So, how come did the dead body get there? But that is not an issue for the day, because the truth is inviolable, the truth is incontrovertible. That is not the issue. But let me make it clear that given that the Lagos state government is empowered by law to set up the panel, and the panel, after a thoughtful sitting, came up with a report, the governor does not have the power in law to set up another committee to look into that white paper. Simply put, what I am saying is that the NSAS white paper report, fictionally written by the governor of Lagos State and his people, is illegal and unconstitutional, because the panel report is what the law recognizes. The law does not recognize the white paper submitted by the Lagos State government. Not just that, the Lagos State governor does not even have the power to come up with a white paper. So the white paper is a document that should be discountenanced. The white paper is a document that should be done away with. And I must tell you that section 15 of that law, of the Tribunal Inquiry Law of Lagos State, made it clear that the governor is obligated to accept that report. And once the report is even accepted, once it is lodged in the registry in the Lagos State High Court, no appeal can arise as a result. So if the law says that no appeal can arise as a result of that report, can the Lagos State government whimsically go ahead to form a white paper to review the report of a panel? That is beyond its power. That is illegal and unconstitutional. We are making it clear. The white paper has no basis in law. And I'm challenging anybody to come up with any part of our law in Lagos State or in this country that empowers the governor of Lagos State to come up with a white paper. I am saying it authoritatively as a lawyer and a human rights activist, that the governor lacks the power in law to come up with a white paper. So everything in that white paper amounts to nothing, amounts to gross illegality, and should be treated with a pinch of salt. The white paper is just a document, fine-tuned by the governor to distract the people and to foist on us what they want us to know. But the truth is already in the open. Right. Let me tell you something, just a minute please. That Winston Churchill said something, that the truth is incontrovertible. Malice like we have today may attack it. Winston Churchill said ignorance may deride it, but there the truth is the truth. What the white paper, the illegal white paper is doing is just to distract us on what we already know. Let me even say, just a minute please, that just a minute, that the NSAS report was just a confirmation of what we already know. You cannot begin to shoot indiscriminately in the air, shooting arbitrarily in the air, and expect people not to die.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Festus Ogun. Please make sure you send your questions. Either you have a question for Mr. Alabi or Mr. Festus, we'll send it directly to them. So I'll be taking a question from Facebook, which was directed to Mr. Alabi, and this is from Mayor Chris. He says, Alabi said the panel is fraudulent. Kindly ask Alabi, was it right to shoot sporadically at Lekki where there were armless protesters?
Sporadically at Lekki where there were armless protesters. Actually, it wasn't. According to the Nigerian army, they did shoot to the hair. According to what he just said now, if you can rewind it, he just said that the army shoot at the hair to just disengage protesters because of the curfew. So what they did it because of a certain reason. They shoot at the hair, they didn't shoot at the protesters. All
right, thank you so much, Mr. Alabi. I have another question from Facebook, which is directed to Mr. Festus, and this is from Dimeji Balogun. He says, please ask Festus to tell us, how can we officially define dead? How does law pronounce anyone dead?
Well, the truth is that I know Dimeji Balogun very well, and I know what it stands for. Let me tell you the truth. When the governor sets up a panel for people to look for eminent personality to look at the report, what do you expect? They came up with an answer, and the governor is saying he does not want the answer. I'm saying the chief pathologist of Lagos State, is in the news. The chief pathologist of Lagos State came to the panel to ascertain that we had 99 dead bodies. And let me tell you, in law, you must understand that we do not only get evidence directly. In law, you get evidence by circumstances. People do not know that a lot of people are wallowing in ignorance of the law. You get death of people by ignorance by circumstances are
my people, na the video now on a new watch finish, so on a see what happen for inside the video. Alright, my people, I would like to end the video for you. Make una let me know what you on a team for the comment section. And if una never subscribe, make una subscribe so that I no go miss any latest gist way I dey upload. And bye bye till I come on away next time. Bye guys, see my next video. Bye guys.